Hi there, my name is Kaylee.
My name is Shay.
This is Harvey.
And we are tackling some big debt.
In the Big Apple.
Nighttime edition.
It's just finance after dark. This guy's Mr. Snuggles today, so I don't know how long he's going to stay, but maybe perhaps the whole time.
It's possible.
It is still technically Tuesday, and it will also be Tuesday when I publish this here in, I would say, probably an hour or so.
Technically.
So, technically we did it. This is crazy. I feel like they don't get to see Harvey as much, and so when he is here, he is here.
In full force.
For those of you who are new, this is Harvey. He is 5.5. I've actually known him longer than I've known Shay.
Yeah.
And we have a beautiful, intimate bond. And we're besties, and he's having every night for at least a little while, he sits with me and snuggles, and so it's his cuddle hour.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to discuss our January minimalist reset and how it went.
Yes.
I think we should probably also touch on our February challenge and how it's going.
Okay.
Oh, and those of you who were interested in seeing Shay's singing clips, we made a separate channel because I have horrible anxiety and I got really scared about
getting flagged for
copyright. So
yeah.
It is in a little card right up here, and I'll link it again at the end if you don't want to stop watching.
Yes.
But it's right there if you're like, stop everything, I gotta go see that.
Yeah.
We are doing monthly challenges. We have a different challenge for every month of 2024. And January's was our January minimalist reset. And we are a little bit behind in reflecting on this,
yes.
But I'm going to say it's fine because I'm in charge. And because it's, we've been living in it for the last couple of weeks. And so I think we get to, can you angle the computer down so they can see what's happening right now? This is crazy. He has this whole body weight on my arm. So we've been living with this decluttering. We've been experiencing it. So these were the things we asked ourselves at the time.
Yes.
Why were we doing our little reset?
Mm-hmm.
What were we resetting? And how would it be helpful financially?
Yes.
And I'm going to let you answer those questions while I take a few bites of Italian ice. We're not sponsored, so I'm covering the logo. But if any Italian ice brands are interested, we have a problem.
Why? I suggested this because it's something that I do every year anyway. And I think Kaylee said, yeah, good idea. What are we resetting? Well, you accumulate things,
mm-hmm.
In life. You just
What was that stat that we heard that shocked us to our core? It was like a regular household. I think it was a household of 4, to be fair, but it was like a regular household has like 300,000 items.
Yeah.
Just things.
Yeah.
And that was a horrifying thought to us. So we are kind of very intentional with the things that we bring into our house anyway.
Mm-hmm. Somewhat out of necessity.
Having a New York City apartment. We should, you know what I want to do? I'm going to impose a photo of, this is a organized, or I think I'm going to post the front closet. This is the size of what all of the closets in our home look like.
Yeah.
It's Shay standing next to, I swear to you, the full-size closet that is in our house.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that shocking?
Yeah.
Other people, I know that there's people in every other state in the world going, why do you live there? I get it. I do. But so we have 3 closets in our house, and that is the size of all of them.
Yes.
So we don't have room for stuff.
No,
we just don't. If anything that's in our house has to be there on purpose.
For a great reason.
Yeah.
So, that's what we were resetting, was everything, all of the things in our house. I would say that there was a particular focus on the office and getting the office together, because in between the time that we moved in together and January, which was this January,
just now,
like a year and a lot. The office had been kind of a dumping ground for...
It had gone through a lot of stages of life.
Yes.
It was our bedroom when I first moved in.
Mm-hmm.
It was then a room that we short-term rented out and had a roommate there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started working from home all of the time. And it took us, I think, several months to figure out what iteration of a functional workspace for me, like what iteration of that worked for both of us.
Yes.
Because again, there's only so many places to be in our home. So the office workspace needed to be functional for my job, but it also needed to function for Shay so she could be a person in our house.
Yes.
Who also works from home some of the time.
Yes. So that took us
2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And in that time, because the office was not complete yet, put a lot of stuff in the office that really did not need to be there. So we cleaned out all the closets. We cleaned out our clothes, which we do all the time. We cleaned out underneath our bathroom sink, which, oh my goodness, needed so much help. And then I really focused on getting the office together. And that was the big priority.
And here's a photo. I don't know if I have a photo of the office before. If I have a photo of the office before, I'll post it here. I don't know what I would have a photo of, but I'm sure I have something. Here's a photo of the office before, if I have one. If not, here's our faces. And here's a photo. I'm going to make you pose in the chair and sit comfy in the chair and see what our office looks like now. It's also, we're in it right now. You can see a lot of it.
Yes. A good deal of it, I would say.
Yeah, so this room was the main focus of our decluttering. And I would say it is so supremely functional for my brain and how I work. And I think I don't want to speak for you, but I think it's been a real knock it out of the park kind of thing.
Yes, I would agree. How will this be helpful financially? We definitely touched on this when we did our whole breakdown of the entire year's worth of monthly challenges that we're going to be doing earlier. You can...
I'll link it here.
Link it here.
Or over there. Somewhere.
We don't know.
Somewhere around us.
And I think the thing that we touched on a lot in that video was the mental space that the stuff that's no longer in our house frees up. So I would definitely say that I'm feeling that. It's a constant process of refining, the things that we actually need and keeping enough of them versus not keeping too much. But there's that. And I would say that, yeah, actually it is very helpful financially because it helps me and you be more efficient while we're working. Yeah.
And it was, I think, building out this workspace was kind of an integral part in making this space not just more functional, but also just more comfortable. And now we want to hang out in here and we want to be in here. And so for things like, doing a lot of work hours, which we both have to do sometimes, normally I work a regular 9 to 5, but sometimes I have to work like crazy. And sometimes Shay has to work like crazy. And sometimes, we want to focus on this channel and that requires working and sitting at a computer. So this room being functional and comfortable for us was a big focus of this January challenge that I don't think I realized when we first started recording that.
Yeah.
Or when we were first even talking about the decluttering challenge was how much more functional it would make our entire house. And it's been super rad.
Yeah. The secondary thing is that it has served as a check-in about the things that we purchased that we don't need.
Like what?
A 10-pack of deodorant all at once. Among other things.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I never ran out of deodorant. Is that such a problem?
So that was it was a logistics lesson, I think, for us in terms of adjusting from a 5-person household to a 1-person household back to a 2-person household. We had 2 years worth of toothpaste just by accident.
Is there anything else you'd like to reflect on for January before we move on?
I think it was also a useful month to sort of start putting some mental energy toward the challenges that we are going to do farther down the line.
Yeah. I think because this, the declutter was mostly it was a sit and talk kind of thing. We were sitting and chatting while we were going through things a lot, which was nice.
It was.
But we definitely started focusing on other challenges. We were just all right, how do we want to do the groceries? And how do we want to do this? And so we've already started making a little bit of changes to make the future challenges easier for us. We've been working ahead a little bit. All right, we're gonna talk about it. So
we have not done
we haven't done anything.
Nothing.
I think we're finding that this is not functional for us. and not something we're actually interested in.
No.
We thought, we were like, we're going to do it. We're going to try it out. Maybe we love it. I don't think it's something that we love.
No.
I think we both, every time we think about it, have been filled with dread.
Yes.
So we haven't done anything. It's February 20th. We haven't sold a single thing. We haven't even tried, to be honest with you.
No.
We're not, like, we haven't done anything.
No. I think the turning point was when it occurred to you that if I was going to be in charge of the logistics of everything, that you would have to be in charge with the actual selling of the items.
Yeah, I think the issue is people, other people that are not us. I think having to interact with, like Facebook Marketplace and all that stuff, I just don't. Mm-hmm. Like, we have such a beautiful and lucrative neighborhood buy nothing group that the idea of fighting for my life to make $5 on Facebook Marketplace amongst just a billion scammers versus giving it to someone on our local buy nothing group that will come to my house, pick it up, and genuinely be so happy to receive it.
It feels icky to be asking for money for these things.
When I could just, like, we can just give them to the people in our buy nothing group.
Yeah, exactly.
And they will be so happy.
When we could be participating in a barter economy. And you know, contributing positively to
our neighborhood and the people in it.
to community support.
And it's that buy nothing group we use all the time. We've gotten so much stuff from that buy nothing group.
Constantly. Full pieces of furniture. Gorgeous like
furniture. Half our apartment.
Yeah.
So I think I'm still gonna cheat a little and say that we've still had learnings from February, and it's that we don't like that.
Yeah.
Not for us. It just the mental load that it put on us without us ever doing anything for it. Not for me.
No.
Not for me.
Not at all.
Anyway, February 20th. So let's also take a moment to look ahead.
March.
We're getting paid in March. March, we're focusing on your Roth IRA. So what are some just off-the-cuff ideas? We did not discuss what we were going to talk about for this part at all.
Oh, okay.
So just some off-the-cuff ideas of what we think we're going to do in March to make this possible, besides getting paid more.
I think a big thing that we have to do in March is sit down and...
Done.
Sit down and, like, really plan out what the nice things we do for ourselves are going to look like throughout the month, because that is where the majority of the unplanned money goes. And we always spend less when we have a plan in place already. When we are in the moment and frustrated because we've been so good, you know, for the last, like, week and a half, and we're tired and we're cranky, that is when we spend more than what is necessary to make us happy in that moment.
Super fair.
And I think that really sitting down and being intentional about, like, you know, if we're going to spend some fun money, it's going to be on Friday night. And, you know, we're going to do pizza and a bottle of wine, you know, on such and such weeks because we know that my birthday is coming up, or whatever the case may be, so that we can feel like we have a plan going into our indulgences.
Yeah.
And not have things like that come up in the moment.
True.
Yeah. I think that is the main thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
That would allow us to stick as much as possible to our regular 6 paychecks between the two of us. And then be able to allocate whatever is left over to my Roth IRA.
For sure.
Yeah. What about you?
All that. I think all that. And I think I also have, like, I've been setting I have a separate fund money budget, and I've been setting aside some money for your birthday. So I can still spend on you a little bit and not feel bad about it. So that'll be good. And yeah, I think it's being intentional, because what happens is that we like, for example, for Shay's show, which again, linked right here. We went out, spent the money we planned to spend, and we were super good and we were solid. And then, you know, the friend we were out with was like, do you guys want to go out for drinks after? We were like, yeah. And then we went out for drinks and spent another $75.
And we did not need to do that.
We didn't need to do that. Yeah, it just made us, like, not feel very good, and we spent money that we didn't need to, and we just didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I feel good about these challenges still, even though February was a total bust, because I do still feel like we're learning stuff.
We are.
And I feel like from this moment on, we're going to have a better time.
I feel like we are gearing up in a very productive way for the challenges that are challenges, if that makes any sense.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I won't say it makes sense, but I know what you mean, and that's what's important.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all I got too. I'm going to edit this video and get it together. It's going to be posted by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to drop the link up above to, I don't know how this works or where it goes, but somewhere up above my head is another link to, for those of you who are totally checked out of us rambling late night into the evening on a Tuesday, have a wonderful evening, have a good time. Everyone else who's down to listen to us just absolutely ramble. I know there's less of you. It's okay. We're so happy you're with us. I just had like a super anxiety moment this week of feeling like if we post Shay singing cover songs on YouTube, we're not even monetized. We're going to get demonetized. They're going to copyright slash us. We're going to get kicked off YouTube. They're going to ban us forever and come to my house and kill my cats. I don't think that will actually happen, but I did get nervous. So we did make a second channel. You'll notice if you haven't already, it's called Just Finance Shenanigans. And I just feel like this is not the last time we're going to be doing something silly goofy. It's certainly not the last time Shay is going to be singing silly little songs. And I'm going to want to show you because I like to show you everything she does because I find her wonderful. So, if you don't even feel like you need to follow it, because if we do anything over there, we're going to link it.
Yeah.
But I try to convince Shay we should do every single day, daily vlogs. She is not on board.
No, I'm not.
24-hour cat live stream in the office. It's just Harvey asleep in this chair. All right. I will spare you all the rest of this evening rant. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We will see you on Friday.
Yes, we will.
That's it.